Okay, I'm back. I believe you can hear my voice, right? There is no issue in the audio. Can anyone respond from the group? At least text me. Okay, fine. So we are moving on. So I was trying to give you an idea on the ERP segment. Okay, let's move on to the ERP segment here. So when you're talking about ERP, enterprise resource planning, these resources are man, money, machine, okay, method, so on. So any organization, it needs to have resources, also it needs to perform. So for having a strong good line of business, they should have a strong plan. Okay, so when you're talking about this ERP segment, we'll try to understand what are the ERP competitors or ERP tools in the open market. Okay, so first we can call this JD Edwards. We need to definitely talk about the JD Edwards when you're talking about the ERP product. This has started in the initial stage in the ERP segment. This is a product which has started gaining the market. Slowly it had given the flavor of the ERP to the global business. Then we have product called BAN. Also we have product called PeopleSoft, Oracle. Okay. Also we have so many other in-house developed product. Okay, in-house developed products. Okay, so when you're looking at this JD Edwards, here this is specialized in purchases. This is very good in the purchase activities, the recordings, the reporting, the business process configurations. It is very good in the purchase activities. Whereas when you're talking about the BAN, this is specialized in production activities. Okay, so production activities, very good in the in the areas. Likewise, PeopleSoft, it is also specialized in human capital management or HR activities. Okay, and Oracle, as we know, this is specialized product in finance. And when you're talking about in-house developed products, like say for example, you take the banks, what they do is they give contracts to the software companies to develop their own in-house software for their business requirements. So likewise, we have so many other companies also which are using their own in-house developed products. So there was no such a product in the market where it is equally good in the all business lines. Okay, like departments, all business departments, purchases, production, finance, human capital management, sales and distributions. Okay, so in the year 1970, first SAP has been introduced. Like say here, 5 IBM ex-employees, okay, they have first framed up a product. Okay, slowly they have designed the product. It has taken a couple of years for them, and they had launched this product. Okay, in 72. Okay, so they had launched the product where the product was a failure actually. Then again they sorted out the problem. They have introduced a concept called GAP. Okay, in the ERP product, GAP, generally accepted accounting principle. So it was first introduced in Germany, so they had introduced this German GAP. Fine. Then after this product started gaining the market in Germany, okay, slowly the product expanded. Okay, the GAP introduction was done in 1977 as per the history. So slowly the product has started gaining the market. And when you're talking about the SAP, let's try to understand what SAP has to offer here. Okay. Systems, applications, and products. Okay. Systems, applications, and products. This is, it is abbreviated like this. SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. Okay. So in data processing, when you're talking about data processing, we need to understand what is this data. Okay, if you understand this data, then you can understand what the ERP tool is, handling, and how this ERP tool can be utilized, in the organization. So if you talk about the organization, let's say this is one organization, and how many types of data, or else how many, how the data can be classified. Broadly, if you look at this classification, data can be classified into organizational data, master data, transactional data. Okay. So all the data can be broadly classified into 3 areas. So when you're talking about the data processing, so it is easy to understand if we can develop this knowledge, like what is the organizational data, how to separate the organizational data from the data, and what are the master data which are getting involved in the organization, in the business rather, and what are the transactional data getting involved. Okay. So SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. So you might have heard that this is SAP AG. Okay, you might heard this term called SAP AG. Let's talk something. What is this AG? Okay, if a company which is registered in India, either it should have extension of public limited company or private limited company. Okay. Likewise, in USA you have .inc. Likewise, in Germany you have .ag. Okay, so nothing more than that. It is a German-based company. Another thing, we will be looking at this architecture. Okay, the most common terms which we have heard, SAP R3. SAP R3. Okay, when we want to know what is SAP R3, let's try to understand what is R2. Also, we'll try to understand what is R1. Okay, so these are all some architectures which SAP had introduced, and slowly it has advanced. So R1 architecture, it's a standalone system. Okay, standalone, where the software should be installed in the system, and the data also gets saved in that system. Okay, DB also, like data is also stored in that system. And when you're talking about R2, it's a revolutionized architecture, client server architecture, called as a client server architecture. So we have number of clients connected to one server. Okay, C1, C2, for example, C3. Okay, and this is server. Clients are connected, clients or peers, these are all connected to this server. Whenever they are inputting the data also getting saved in the server. Okay, this is client server architecture. R3 is also client server architecture, but it has an advancement. Like say we have presentation layer, we have application layer, and we have database layer. Okay, so this is a 3-tier architecture. Okay, these are the 3 tiers. We can remember this with a catchy word called PAD. Okay, we can remember this with a catchy word called PAD. So presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. When you're talking about presentation layer, what is this presentation layer? Okay, so quickly I'll show you the part here. When you're looking at the presentation layer, see, this is, okay, I have started the GUI. Okay, this is GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, this is a presentation layer, and application is once you log into system, when you work in the specified areas, those are all different applications, and when you save the data, or else you have a database behind, so that is a database layer. So you can communicate your product in 3 different layers: presentation, application, and database. Okay. Another thing is like we want to know what are these modules, because we will be most commonly looking at the terms called FICO, FICO, or modules: SD, MM, PP, HR, so on. So modules in SAP, modules are divided broadly into two areas. One is technical, one is functional. Okay. Now when you're talking about the technical, here again we have two. One is called as basis, one is called as ABAP. Okay. So basis, it deals with the installations of the product. Also it deals with server maintenance, deals with securities, networks, user maintenance. Also it deals with upgradation, okay, enhancement, upgradation, patchworks, okay, all these things, upgradation of product and all. So these are the regular day-to-day activities, okay, even defining the roles, and giving the access to the users, okay, defining the menus and all stuff. And here ABAP, it is called as Advanced Business Application Programming Language. Okay, this is an official language which communicates database, SAP database. So ABAP is a technical tool, also basis is a technical module. Here if you look at the ABAP, first one I will quote is LSNW here, okay, legacy system migration workbench. Also we have BDC, batch data communications. We have BAPI, business application programming interfaces. We have ALE, application ABAP list, ALE and ALV, ABAP list viewer, okay, application link enablings, and we have scripts, forms, okay, so many other things, bodies, okay, IDOCs, likewise. Now coming to the functional module, okay, we are just trying to understand complete module structure in SAP. So coming to this functional side, we have finance, we have sales and distribution, material management, production planning, human capital management, okay, plant maintenance, okay, so on. So each and every module are either directly or indirectly integrated, okay. FI is directly integrated with sales and distribution. Likewise, FI is directly integrated with material management. FI is also directly integrated with human capital management. FI integrated with project systems. Okay. Likewise, sales and distribution module again integrated with plant and production planning. Likewise, MM is directly integrated with production planning. Also like this. Okay. And if you put little more, structure here, let me put like this. If I add couple of more, so SD again, it is integrated to CRM middleware. Okay. Now this is one structure here. So when you're working with this, you have noticed that I haven't introduced anything called controlling here, okay, CO. The reason is controlling is part of every module, okay, or rather to say that there is a existence of controlling area or controlling components or objects in every module. Why we are talking like this? We'll try to understand this, okay. We'll try to understand what is FI, we'll try to understand CO, we'll come back this again, okay. So finance and controlling, so let's try to understand these areas. Finance module, it is not only dealing with accounting, okay, this is accounting concepts, plus also it also deals with finance concepts, okay. Whereas controlling, it deals with cost accounting plus management accounting, okay. So when you're talking about accounting, the procedure, of bookkeeping is a major backline for accounting. Finance taking care of funds inflows, planning for funds, taking care of funds inflows, outflows. All these activities are taken up by the finance. And cost accounting, it deals with cost activities or cost objects within the framework of the organization. Okay, and also it also try to track how much cost the whole business got incurred and how to minimize the cost for the organization. Okay. Now coming back to the management accounting, here management accounting helps the organization to take some decision making criterias. Okay, so in this case, finance and controlling are two separate modules which is covering up all organization major functions, okay, in terms of bookkeeping, in terms of reporting, okay, bookkeeping, reporting, planning, and execution. Okay, so likewise, so let's try to understand what all the areas we're going to cover up here at the initial stage, and we'll come back to the other slide. So here in finance, we need to, apart from this finance and controlling, we'll be introducing here about the concept called enterprise configuration settings. Okay, enterprise settings. Here we will be dealing with the organizational finance, okay, organizational finance area, okay, business units and organizational units with related to finance and also with related to controlling area. Apart from this, we also will be working with the configurations of logistics, okay, SDMM, okay. Also will be configuring the plant areas, because I want to give you a clear idea on the start of a transaction in the business, flowing with the integration, coming to the finance and reporting it. So I want to show you complete cycle of a process. So we'll be configuring the necessary enterprise structure configurations with respect to the all modules. Okay. And then apart from this, we'll be working with general ledger accounting, accounts receivables, accounts payables, asset accounting. Okay, so when we're talking about general ledger accounting, we'll be not only dealing with a regular classical accounting, also we'll be dealing with the special new GL concepts. Okay, new GL is also a part here, because while doing the initial configuration only, we'll be introducing these new GL concepts. Also accounts receivables, complete major processes, major process cycles. Also will include this, the reminders or dunnings and all other stuff, the programming structures and all. And coming to this accounts payables, again we'll talk about the different methodologies for the payment processes. We'll be working with the different tools, how to make the payments and all. Likewise, complete asset accounting process. Okay, so these are covered here in our finance area. And in controlling, we have general controlling. Okay, as we said, here also we do the enterprise structure and also we do some basic settings here. And then we'll be taking care of cost element accounting, cost center accounting. Okay, we have internal orders, we have profit center accounting. Also these two areas like product costing and COPA, these are all major areas in under controlling. If one is good at controlling area, he is very good at in the business understanding. Okay, he is very good in the internal organization reporting areas also. Okay, so the reason why we are talking about internal and external, finance deals with external reporting, controlling deals with internal reporting. And to understand this, we need to completely dig into the core areas, pick up the functionalities, and then work with the configuration, develop the configuration, test the scenarios. Once the scenario is tested, understand the complete process, be prepared for the client interviews and the client implementations and all. So this is a complete cycle here. But if this is the only thing we're gonna cover up, so this would be more like FICO. Okay, then there is nothing, in my point of view, there is nothing more which I'm giving if I'm covering only this. but I don't want to make the things like this. I want to make the profile, whichever who are learning from me, I want to make them to be very productive once they get into the jobs, and I want them to work independently in the projects, okay, without any other second thoughts. So what I do is, apart from this regular FICO areas, I'm also introducing the data migration project activities, okay, data migration project activities in FICO. Okay, so let me give you what we are going to cover up here. Data migration, something like data migration process. So here I'll be introducing a tool LSNW, okay, and with this we'll try to upload lots of master data, okay, master data. Like when you're talking about master data, GL is a master data, okay, vendor is a master data, customer master data, okay, assets master data, also cost centers master data, activity types, okay, also we have statistical key figures, okay, likewise we have profit center accounting, profit centers, internal orders, okay, so many master records are there. We'll try to upload all these master records using this LSNW tool. The whole idea of this data migration process bringing into the FICO training is, now when you are learning this FICO, you are limiting your scope in implementation of either FI module or CO module. Now the organization which is recruiting you, they can use you for FI or they can use you for CO or a combination of both. But if I bring the data migration process also, they will definitely introduce you, like they will be pushing you into some other areas of other than FICO, because you know how to upload the data, okay, you will be good at data uploads. So just the whole idea is the resource should be more productive, and the company should observe this resource, and likewise you should have a career advancements. Now if we are going with these areas, even that is not complete enough, okay, because you're learning here so far FI and CO, then LSNW, okay, these are the three areas which you're learning, but still there is a lot more to do because you are targeting as a consultant, okay. And when you're talking about a consultant, your consulting should not only have the application knowledge of modules like FICO, not only with the LSNW, also you should be very good at methodologies, implementation methodologies, right? So when you are talking about implementation methodologies, okay, I'll be giving you clear idea on the SAP methodology, how to do this implementation. This is a tool which is given by the SAP itself. We'll be taking care of every phases of this implementation, like total 5 phases it is recommending. So project preparation, first phase, business blueprint, second phase, likewise realization, likewise final preparation, and go live and support. Okay, so in final preparation, apart from the regular structure, you are doing the LSNW also, because in this you are uploading the legacy system data. Realization, you are learning this particular FICO, means configuration. Now coming to the go live, support, and business blueprint and project preparation. So this is complete, these two areas are complete documentation work and more on the practical consulting works. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take up these areas completely, okay. So what we start up is, we'll see starting from Q&A, okay, question answer database, okay. Like we will be preparing the questions. Of course now we are using solution managers, but even still, if you know how it is a question to be framed up, that is more the more practical thing to learn, okay. So we'll see these questions, also we'll see the answers, also we'll see the client interaction templates in our training, okay. And the model is been given and you are supposed to build up yours, okay. So apart from this, even I'll take you through the pilot project documentation, okay, like initial stage of the documentation, project preparation plan. Also we're gonna take up the complete budget documents of the organization for the implementation of this, with respect to the client. Okay, I'm talking this budget documents with respect to the client. Even if you people are very proactive in learning, even I'll show the SAP license. Okay, even I'll show the SAP user license, how to, what is the content, how to frame up, all this stuff. The whole idea of this training is not, I just don't want to complete the course content. Okay, I don't believe in course contents. I believe in the knowledge transfers. Okay, whatever I had gained throughout my years of experience, I'm ready to share this. It depends on the learner how good they can extract from me. Now there are a couple of audiences from our team, in our team here, who are coming from cross domains. They are not from finance backgrounds. Let's say how they're going to get these jobs in finance areas. Okay. If you look at our course, what we have designed here, we have designed FI, we have designed CO. Okay. Also we have designed technical areas LS and W. With respect to FI, with respect to CO, even you can use this tool for SD, MM, PP, okay, HR, whatever it is. So this is a tool actually. So apart from this, you are getting a good clear idea on documentation, okay, blueprinting part. Starting from the initial scratch document to the customer sign-off document or process sign-off document or process owner signature document. Complete documentation you are able to learn here. Okay. Along with this, you are also learning the support activities. Being a support consultant, how you will be working, how you will be resolving the issues. I don't know if anyone had worked earlier in the support areas. Even FICO or FI consultant who is specialized in FI, when he is doing a support activities, he will be given some tickets of SD or MM or PP or HR, whatever it is. Okay, he will be directed to do this, support activities. So here you have an area to learn. So always, a module is not limited. Knowledge-wise, if you're talking, you need to be specialized. But if you're talking in a general sense, you should be smart enough to get into the module, dig the information, move out to the flexible areas. This is how you should, build up your career and all. So we're gonna cover up these major areas. So each area which is representing the complete ASAP methodology. Okay. So I'm going to show up some configuration. Before that, I'm going to show you some documentation which I'm going to introduce in the training part. So here, see, as I told you, initially I had prepared enough exclusively for the training part. I had prepared thousands of contents, of which I'm introducing a couple of interesting areas. Like, see, these are all question answer databases. If you're talking about a functionality, or if you want to know how the initial documentation should be framed, what is the initial level of documentation to the maximum level, based on these question answers. Okay. For example, okay, we'll pick up something called now, because I have the company names inside, so I don't want to take a risk on the video call, recordings areas. So I haven't edited any, the document. I had broken up the complete real-time documents. I don't want to show it on the recording here. It will be a help for me. So anyway, this is the content here. Apart from this, here we're gonna take up this authorized SAP, slides also for the training part. Okay. Like say, for example, just give me a second. Okay, you see this. I just removed my names and all, that's one thing. So here, you see this, these are all SAP authorized slides in terms of business process. Okay, this is in terms of business process. We're going to cover up the required slides which are required for the training, imparting the knowledge and knowledge transfer areas. Okay, so likewise, not only this, we're going to cover up the private slides which we have prepared for the presentation part. Also, I'll be giving the session-wise materials to learn. theoretical way of learning. This material will be having the slide shots. Okay, one second. So for example, this is the thing. Okay, this material will be having something called slide shots like this. Everything is explained here. What is the content we're going to cover up, what are the structures, how the screenshots are designed, all the stuff. So this is material which is going to support it. Also, to make things more easy for the learner, also we have, I had introduced this data also, like how to upload the data, LSNW wise. I was talking about the data migrations, right? So we have clear list of GL accounts which are already designed here. Okay. So like, these are all GL accounts which are designed. So we have near about hundreds of GL accounts which are real-time, data actually. So we'll use this information to upload so that you can feel that you are working in a real-time environment. Also uploading TXT and CSV, both Excels and TXT file uploads. Okay. Apart from this, even when you're practicing the content, as I told you, I had mentioned that I had prepared the materials for the training part, right? So handbooks, even you can open this Excel files which are where the clear transactional data which is explained in the slides in the material is given here, so that you can easily copy this data in your screen and use the data for the practice. Okay, so the whole idea of this training would be not to complete the course content, but to make you as a real-time consultant and push you in the organization where you can work independently with the confidence. Okay. And in my training part, I get a lot of resources also, because I'm doing this training since 2005, and couple of people also couple of companies also knows me with a couple of different names in the training model. So I have seen so many resources coming for the knowledge transfers. They are certified consultant, they are working in the perfect modules, but they lack some knowledge in some areas. So it is good to have such persons in the group, so that we can extract a good discussion, and we can extract the knowledge from a good discussion. Along with this, we have one more area called as presentations from the audience. Now you are in the team and you need to be proactively working in the area given as for the assignment, and you should give a proper presentation as a real-time consultant for about 30 to 45 minutes or near about 1 hour, so that you will come to know what are the difficulties you will face while giving a presentation in the real-time environment. And also this will be helping you to have a practice, because in the environment you will be given a short notice and you are supposed to give a presentation to a client, and you don't know to which client you will be sent for. So this kind of a skills you need to develop. Okay, the whole idea all the time is, remember that whenever you are investing your time should be productively calculated. If not, investing time is a no point thing. Okay, so let me quickly jump into the SAP screen. I'll try to introduce the SAP environment and all. Just give me 2 minutes break. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Fine. So let me show you one process here. We'll see what is an application. We'll try to understand what is the configuration, and we'll see the process. Okay. Here, as I told you, this is a GUI, graphical user interface, SAP logon, okay, which is used for SAP logon, and this is for Windows here. And you will be provided with this, technical details, like this can be called as a hyperlink to connect the server, or technical details of the server. It will be provided by the technical team for you, and once it is done, once you click on this, you have this, SAP logon pad, logon screen. Now let's try to understand something here like called client. We have something called client here. What is this client about? Okay, SAP product by default comes with two clients. Okay, one client called development client, one client called quality assurance server client, or you can also call this as testing client. So it is intended that whenever you want to do the configuration, you use development client. Whenever you want to test a new enhancement which has been developed, or you want to test something, the progress or the process, you use this for the testing areas. Now once the configuration is completed, it's neat and it is properly done, this should be handed over to the client. This client, the one which we are handovering, this is called as production client, which is used by n number of users as per the license agreement, for day-to-day operations. Okay, user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, likewise. Okay, so this is production client. The final client which will be working is production client, and as we know, the product comes with a standard client called a development, and as well as QAS. So these are the two areas. How we give a production client to the client? Production client is copy of development client, where all the configurations are transported to the production client. Okay, so the configuration which you have developed will be seen in the production client. This is a neat configuration, okay, and this will be productively used by the users for their day-to-day activities. This environment is called as OLTP, online transaction processing environment. Okay, online transaction processing environment. Why we are calling like this online transaction processing environment? Because the server may be vested centrally in different, and the clients are connected from different places. So it is, the data is getting transferred or posted online. Okay, so that's the reason which is called as an OLTP. And again, OLTP concepts comes into picture and all the stuff. Okay, now here when you look at this, this is called as IDs. Okay, IDs version, International Demonstration Education System. Okay, this is called as IDs version, and the current version here is ECC 6.0. okay, and also we have EHP 5. Okay, let's talk about these versions and these things. Okay. Now IDs, as I told you, it is the International Demonstration Education System, and now the version of, we are talking about a version. Okay, versions in SAP. The current version is ECC 6.0 with the enhancement, okay, EHP 6. Okay, so what is this ECC 6.0? It also has some abbreviation here. ECC, it is called as ERP central component. It is called as ERP central component, and version 6. Okay, and again, what is this EHP? Let's try to understand the ideas of the points of version and the EHP. Okay, so when you're talking about EHP, version is release, and the EHP here, what it is doing is, it is whenever there is a new enhancement which is been brought into and wants to be upgraded with the product, so the company will be releasing the enhancement packages. Okay, to enhance the product. Something like if you see your Windows applications, you see that there is a window downloader to upgrade the product. If you talk about internet browser, you see that periodically you may get a message from the webmaster saying like there are downloads to upgrade the browser. Why you need to upgrade the browser? To keep your product with respect to keep your product with respect to the market, okay, or else to keep your product updated all the time. So likewise, the SAP itself, they what they do a lot of R&D stuff in the different functionalities. They do deal with the different processes, and when they think that there are some enhancements to be done to the product, they introduce the EHPs, and the basis guys, technical consultants, they'll install this as a patchworks, and this product gets upgraded. So instead of releasing a new version frequently, what they do is periodically they keep a version, and periodically they do the enhancements. They release these enhancements so that the product gets upgraded. Okay. Now coming to our versions, EHP 6, ECC 6.0 is the current version which we are working here. ECC 6.0. Prior to this, we were having 5.0. Okay. Before to that, we were having 4.7. Before to that 4.6. In 6 we were having 4.6C, 4.6B. Okay, if you go on like this, the initial 4.0, there is also versions here 4.0. Now the difference between the old version like this and the current versions like this is, now in FICO, for example, let's talk about the functional modules. We as a consultants in the functional modules, now we are working in the subject matter. Okay, like say we are working in the configuration, we are developing these things, and we are talking with respect to the functionalities. But in the 4.0 version, what the consultant needs to have is, they also were supposed to have the database knowledge, okay, databases knowledge. They're also expected to have the DB knowledge, complete DB knowledge, where they can build up a DB, where they can build up a top of application, and then the process. Okay, so initially, this was the difficult task for the consultants, functional consultants. Now from 4.6B onwards, it's been simplified. Now we are already working, we will be working on the already configured database structures, processes and all the stuff. Now here, let's log into the system. Here client call 800, in these IDs, this can be used for the testing scenarios. Okay, this can be used for the training scenarios. So client 800 is the current login, and you will be provided with the username and the passwords for your logins, along with the preferred language. Okay, so let me give the details here and log into the screen. Fine. Now here you look at this. We have an initial screen. Okay, we are in the initial screen, and this screen is called as SAP Easy Access screen. So let me introduce this screen to you. Okay, I had prepared a couple of materials. Let me show one model of the material. One second. Okay. Yeah. See, here we are looking at a introduction for the navigation, how to use this SAP application. So once you are logging in, initially you need to log into system. You have the GUI and initial login screen. Okay, so once you are logged in, now you are into the easy access screen. Let's try to understand this screen, complete screen here. Fine. This is initially this line. Okay, let me put like this. Okay, this is system menu, system navigation. Okay, transaction name, and system menu. It means it is having these options. Okay, menu options here, and then here we have a navigation. Okay, this is called as an enter button. This is a command box. Okay, this is save button. Okay, likewise back arrow, end the process. Okay, close. Likewise, these are all screens. And now when you're talking about this transactional areas, it shows what are the transactions area you're currently working with. Okay, also let's see this transaction icons here. These are all transaction icons. And then this area is completely called as transaction work area, and this is a status message. At the bottom it is called as a status message. Okay, so initially you will be supported, most of the cases you have already prepared, lots of materials which is required for the training part and knowledge transfer sessions. So definitely you will be provided all these materials. Okay, so nothing to worry about. I'm just trying to show you how the model works here. So we'll quickly see some configuration model. Okay, like I'll try to create one configuration, and this is called as a command prompt. And to do the configuration, we need to enter into another screen. Okay, to create another screen, this is the option. Select create new session. Here you give the command here SPRO and SAP reference IMG. In the training sessions, you will be clearly given knowledge on the how to use transaction codes, what are these transaction code, why the transaction code concepts still exist in this SAP. Okay, all this information also we'll see in the sessions. Now for example, here we have enterprise structure. I'll try to show you one small configuration. Like we are trying to build up one business area. Okay, what is a business area? It is nothing but it is an area of operations where it is a separate area of operations, okay, in the organization. So selecting a new entry here, and we have understood that after the study of the blueprint and preparing the blueprint as is model, to be model and all the stuff, now we came to know that these are the configurations which needs to be developed. Okay, so GR01 is understood as a business area which is taken as services, or let's say switch gears, and the client says that GR02 should be used for services. Okay, now we need to save the data. Whenever you are saving the data, system will prompt you for the new customizing request number. Okay, so you are supposed to create a new customizing request number all the time when you are developing the new requirements, configuration requirements. So select create request number, and here okay, and then if you notice this, the number is 502 last. Here I'm creating this, it will get one more number 510, and then save. Now the data is getting saved at two levels, one at database level, one at transport request number level, so that it will be easy for us to transport this system, this configuration from development client to production client. Where we can see configuration here, if you see this utilities, change organized request. Of course we have different transaction codes also to monitor this, but I'm just showing you initial screen. You see here we have developed this configuration. So click on this, we have parent request number, child request number, and then you have the activity which you have configured. You have the maintenance table data, also you have table names and also. You can dig into this. You can also show what are the identifications which is been used, IDs, okay, in this proper tables. So at the final moment, like once this configuration is done and we are ready to move from the development to production environment, what you need to do is you need to release this. As a consultant, your duty is to release the request. Okay, so I'm releasing this, and then I'm also releasing the parent one. You see, this is in modifiable at this moment. After doing this, it will be in the under the released area. Once the transaction is released, the basis guys, or even if we have authorization, we can also move it from the development client to the production client. If we don't have the access, then basis guys will be doing this. Okay. So this is a prototype, and I'm done with this. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. Let the organizer unmute you. You all. Hello. Okay, let me unmute everyone.
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah, I'm just unmuting everyone. Okay. Fine. So I'm done with the particular demonstration. If you have any questions, would you like to ask me? You're most welcome.
Yes, what are the hours that this class will be running? Because I'm in the States.
See, not less than 80 hours to 100, okay? Because there is a lot of things to explain, a lot of things to make you work. So definitely not less than 80 or not less than 100, okay? That should be a proper time, and we'll be taking daily basis, and we'll be working on 5 days a week program. Okay.
Okay. What are the hours? Like, say the hours. In the
Time. You are talking about the time zone, right?
Yeah, the hours. Yes.
Yeah, the team will be following you up, and they will be giving you time slots. Okay.
Yes. I came in late, so I didn't know if you discussed that.
No, the team will be following you up right now.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah. Anything else?
Good course. Good course.
Sure. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So what is the objective of this course program?
See, the whole idea of this course is like, I just don't want to complete this as a course. Okay, I want to make sure that the learner is learning properly, and he or she should be productive in the real-time business environments.
Okay, do you provide any real-time project?
So that is what when I am showing you there is a lot of disturbance from some user. See, when I'm showing you directly the blueprinting part, question answer framing part, client interaction framing part, blueprinting, as is and to be model part, then obviously it is a project, complete project. Oh, someone is making some more sound.
Yes.
Mute your mics. Let me see who is that. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is only weekly class or every day?
No, every day, weekdays.
Every day.
If we take weekends, then it will take almost 6 months. So no point.
No, it's okay.
Because see, my point is I don't believe in completing the course content. Okay, this is what most of the things I have seen. Most of the players in the market, they are doing this. But if I am able to give you a proper knowledge, and if you are able to learn it properly, irrespective of your domains, you will definitely survive in FSCO with comfort zone. Okay, without any pressures. It depends on you how good you will plan your it depends on how good you plan your training calendar for yourself and how good you focus on your this course. Yeah, you're saying something.
Okay, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Okay, which software you are using? Because I went for the water that time.
Sorry, I didn't got that.
Which software you are using for SAP?
Software itself is SAP only, right?
Yeah?
Maybe it's asking the version.
Version, okay. Version is ECC 6.0.
Yeah.
The latest version only.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Okay,
are working
thank you
on the,
very
yeah,
much.
welcome. We are working on the latest version.
Okay, okay.
Anything else? Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay. So just, the team will be, you be online, the team will be communicating you. Okay, I'm logging off, and I had a nice time
Okay.
giving a demonstration to you people. Thank you.
Thank you. Same here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, same here.
yeah, thank you.